Welcome to the Card Hoppin Hop for the month of June. Our theme is rainbows and we had to choose between shaker and a spotlight technique. I decided to make a shaker card just because I rarely make them. So here are the pieces I'll be using. I have a frame, a vellum piece and 2 card panels cut out with stitched rectangle dies. I also will be using some of these dies, the scene dies and the stitched cupcake. I'll be using just one of the faces and I have already stamped the images I'll be using, not the unicorn, and I have selected also rainbow Copic markers. First thing I do is outline a little bit the frame. I trace it onto one of the card panels and I also mark the middle at the top side and I'll be creating a rainbow. At first I wanted to use the hue stencil but it didn't work out, so I traced it onto another piece of cardstock and then I cut along the line, and I also marked the 2 pieces so I don't mess them. I won't be showing you the full process, just a little bit so you get the idea. First I start from the top and I align this piece with the center mark and I just trace it with a red marker. Then with the other piece I trace one more time and I will fill between the lines a little bit later. I repeat the process with the orange, then I will go to the yellow, green, blues and the violet. So this is a hop organized by Jen at Handmade Happiness Facebook group. There are lots of participants in the hop, so I will have the link to the next person down below as well as the full list if you get lost, because this hop is not only on YouTube but also Instagram and blogs. So please hop along. I'm sure you will find lots of inspiration and maybe new crafters that you would like to follow. So this is the outline of my rainbow and I will off screen fill with the colors, and there it is. I also went ahead and I cut out one cloud, the biggest one, and now I will run it again through my die cutting machine with this face die. I will also die cut the cheeks. Next I will create some cloud borders. And I have the 2 dies and I will cut one from vellum and the other from the white cardstock, and I will align them at the bottom of my card. Oh, and I have already adhered the acetate to my frame for the shaker. I'm not adhering anything yet. I'm just playing with the placement. I will have this cloud on the top of the rainbow, and here I decided to also create cloud borders on the top. So I will have vellum one and then I will have one more out of the white cardstock. But before adhering anything, I will use a Copic marker to give a little bit dimension to that cloud to make it more fluffy. So first I will just go around the edges. I think this is BG000. Just a little bit of outlining, and then I will just draw in some kind of lines to make it more fluffy. Once I'm done with that, I will add liquid adhesive on the back, and on a small piece of cardstock I have covered half black and half red, which will go right there as eyes and mouth. And I will add the cheeks that I covered in light pink. And this is my cloud. Now I will add my foam tape all around this rainbow, and I put a little bit extra on the bottom, and it won't be seen. There will be the clouds covering. I used anti-static to wipe the acetate piece. I have clear stars that I will add, and also this star confetti. But before that I removed the release paper just to make my life easier. And I got few stars stuck there, but it's not a big deal. And I couldn't take them off, so I just left them there. And lastly, I will add clear sequins, just a little bit. And we'll close the shaker with the frame with the acetate and press really well down, and a little bit of shaking. I have adhered the vellum first using liquid adhesive. I just used the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and just gently pat it with my fingers, and it's not seen. I haven't had any issues with that. Here I'm adding the castle for my little fairies, and also the cloud on the top. And lastly, I will add the fairies around, and one has the magic wand. I add the last cloud piece. I could have added a sentiment, but I didn't find any fitting, but can be added later on a banner, for example. And here is the finished card. I added also Nuvo glaze to the eyes of the cloud. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the hop. Bye!